Hey YouTube, how's it going? My name's Aiko. You saw the title of the video, you know what we're doing today. So this is just going to be like kind of a reiteration and an update to my previous video regarding this topic. You can click the top right hand corner of the screen now if you would like to watch that video. And just like that video, this one is going to cover really helpful and very important information on this update. So it's important that you see everything that's going to be talked about today. But after this new improvement to aim assist has, had time to settle in the game and I've had time to test it out, I wanted to go ahead and touch on it with you guys again. So just to kind of reiterate what the new system does, there is a subreddit that really dumps down the patch notes in a really good and understandable way. So jumping over to that, what the new system does is this. The degree of change to your sensitivity is now based on whether you're already tracking the target relative to its movement. In simple terms, it should feel less like it's trying to fight you. And by it, they're talking about aim assist. Another thing the new system does is it keeps track of who you're tracking so it doesn't easily get distracted when another target jumps in the way. Now, my personal experience with that after doing some testing is when a target is crossing your screen and you're aiming at someone in the distance, my experience is that, it still drags my screen to the person that jumped across my screen. I think how Overwatch has it set now is based on the speed of the hero that crosses your screen. So I think if it's super fast, like a blink or a Genji dash, I think the game won't pick it up and it won't drag you. But I think if the person is going slow enough, the aim assist will still think you're aiming at that person and it will still drag you away from the person you're aiming at. That's just my experience. Maybe you guys have had different experiences, but either way, I'm glad to see that they have taken note of that and that they're trying to improve it. So that's what the new system does. Now, we also got introduced an aim assist ease-in slider. What that slider does is it makes it less of an off and on deal. It can now transition more smoothly when adjusting your sensitivity. So that slider means a few things to me. To me, it means how much you want this new aim assist system to be active in your games. And it also has to do with how aim assist ramps up when you're aiming at a target. For example, when you have the slider set at 0, there is no aim assist ease in. It is full strength throughout the entire window size of the target that you're aiming at. When the slider is set to 100, that means there is aim assist ease in, which basically means that your aim assist will ramp up gradually and linearly until it hits full strength, and it will also decrease as well. So the ease in is really nice because that means when you're aiming at a target and you look away and stop aiming at them, it's like the Reddit post said, it's gonna feel less like it's fighting you to stay stuck on them. Aim assist is very sticky and magnetic, and with aim assist ease in, its magnetic sticky strength will be at its strongest when you're aiming like towards the center of the hero, and the magnetic strength will kind of die off as you're coming to the ends of the window. Here's kind of a photo reference that I made for the previous video. You can see that the red represents aim assist at its strongest strength, and green represents aim assist at its weakest strength. So when the slider is set at 0, there's no ease in, it's just red throughout the entire window of the target. And of course, when it's at 100, there's a gradual shift until you're at the target's center mass. I guess it is worth mentioning that this is kind of subject to what your aim assist window size is set at. If you play at a larger window size like I do, then maybe this image kind of shows a better idea of what I'm trying to explain here. Regardless, it's still the same concept. It's just saying that aim assist can be activated while not directly targeting the enemy. That's just subject to the window size, of course. So what does this look like in the game? Now, quick dizzy warning, in this gameplay here, I'm going to be doing some spins. It might be a little hard to look at, but for explanation's sake, here is some gameplay with the slider set at 0. So, of course, you can see that I'm kind of looking left and right, doing some full 360s and stuff like that. And if you take a closer look, you can see that when my crosshair crosses over the enemies, my sensitivity is slowed down very drastically. So instead of doing a very smooth 360, that magnetic force that is aim assist really sticks me to the enemy for that brief moment. At 1 second, I'm going one speed, and then for like a split second, then I'm at a very slow speed. So the sensitivity slowdown and change is very drastic and jarring because there's no ease into it. Next, we're going to do the same thing with the slider set at 100. You can see the sensitivity slow is much more manageable and my screen isn't changing speed so much. This is because there's a gradual, increase and decrease of aim assist coming in and out of the window size. So if you can't really see a difference here, I do encourage you to, hop into the training room and try it yourself, because when you're actually the one, with the controller in your hands and you're the one actually taking aim at these targets, you can feel a very big difference between the two slider values. But don't worry, I know the Overwatch developers are usually pretty nice to us when it comes to stuff like this, and if any of you guys really just don't want to mess with any of this stuff, you don't like it, you want to go back to what the previous update has, you can. To do that, you'll just go to your advanced settings and toggle legacy mode on. The aim assist EaseIn slider will then be grayed out and you will be back to what you knew before. You won't have to mess with any of this new slider weird stuff. However, I do feel that this improvement to aim assist is very important, but I can see it going quite unnoticed by a lot of players because it is a very subtle change. I don't want you guys to be expecting this setting to completely change your accuracy, because from my experience, for me testing it, it's not the biggest change in the world. Like I said, it's very subtle. I think it has helped improve my gameplay, but not a ton. This is not a buff to aim assist, of course, it is an improvement. So Blizzard now, by default, has legacy mode enabled with the slider at 50 because they think the value of 50 suits pretty much most heroes. But another thing Blizzard says is that projectile heroes should maybe be played at a lower slider value, maybe closer to 0, and that hit scan heroes should play at a higher slider value, closer to 100. Again, based on my experience, I don't really see how they got those numbers because, like we covered in the video here, 0 means that projectile heroes, when targeting enemies, will have full aim assist strength. There's no ease in. And hit scan heroes are going to have aim assist ease in when targeting heroes. To me, that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. The gameplay you've been seeing on the screen here has been played at the slider value of 20. I played McCree, I played Zenyatta, and I think I maybe even played Ana here. And to me, that seemed fine. 20 is a pretty low value. That means that I do like a lot of aim assist strength. That's personally just how I like to play. I'm very used to console aiming for many games. Aim assist is very jarring, and I'm really used to compensating for it. So playing at the slider value of 20 works fine for me. I might change it a little bit here and there, but to me, 20 seemed fine. It gives me just enough ease in to not have such jarring sensitivity changes when I'm coming, in and out of aiming at somebody. However, like I said, I still get a good aim assist strength as well with the low value. And it's perfectly acceptable if you guys want less aim assist involved in your everyday gameplay, and by all means, if that's the case, turn your slider up, because that's going to help a lot. It's going to help you not have to fight aim assist as much. And overall, that's just a good feeling, I think, in Overwatch, and I'm really happy that they actually added this to the game. And as an avid console player, I think I owe it to you guys to let you know that whenever I do play on console, I do play with these Control Freak thumbstick attachments. Basically, they just snap onto your existing thumbsticks. They give your thumbstick an extended length and extra grip. The length of the thumbstick helps a lot with the consistency of aiming. The short, stubby sticks that your normal controllers come with automatically are very hard to control. They can be very hard to control in comparison to when actually using Control Freaks. Plus, they give you much better texture than any other thumbstick that I've really used before. They're also really nice because at the same time, they're pretty much preserving your original thumbsticks. So if your Control Freaks start to go bad, you can just replace them. They're very inexpensive, so it's not really a big deal. So there's going to be a link below if you guys want to check that out. My coupon code will automatically be applied if you follow that link. If not, you can manually apply coupon code Aikable. There's also going to be a link to the Reddit post and the original developer patch notes in regards to this new aim assist update. So I think I learned a lot from you guys from reading the comments, and I think you guys learned a lot from reading each other's comments. If you have any input, then by all means start up a conversation in the comment section below. You can catch me live at Twitch almost every other day now. I also upload every single Thursday here on the YouTube channel, so subscribe so I can be sure to see you again next Thursday. Until then, my name's Aiko. Peace.